Hello and welcome to another inspiring story on Life Unfiltered with Anu, only on Radio Olive Suno Network. In today's episode, we will try to rethink about our education system, try to unlock the potential of memory, and of course, we will try to explore how it looks like when you are living under the levels of genius. Well, my today's guest is someone. To be honest, I'm short of words. I don't know how to address him. You can call him a genius, an expert, God gifted, brilliant, amazing, prodigy, whatnot. So let us do one thing. Let's have a look at his introductory video, and then why don't you decide how you want to address him? Right? Here we go.
Have you ever wondered why do we learn trigonometry, coordinate geometry, or algebra or statistics, and where do we even apply them in real life? Hi, I'm Nischal Narayanam, founder of our education company, Nischal Smart Learning Solutions. I'm India's youngest CA at the age of 19, youngest double postgraduate in mathematics and commerce at 18, double Guinness World Record holder in the field of memory at 13, and also a recipient of National Child Award conferred by the President of India. Just like you all, even I have wondered in my childhood and observed my fellow friends struggle to learn even the basic concepts of math and science. That's what inspired me to start my own education company at the age of 15 in 2010. After over 7 years and 5 million man-hours of R&D, we have designed and developed a wide range of innovative, first-of-its-kind, world-class educational products that truly transform the conventional teaching and learning practices. Today, our products are being used in over 5,000 schools across 14 states in India. Our portable labs for math, physics, chemistry, and biology inculcate a philosophy of activity-based, hands-on experimental learning wherein you can perform over 2,500 experiments to learn every concept in a practical way. Our augmented reality powered textbooks create a fascinating experience for the children to learn from our vast library of 3D interactive digital content that include videos and immersive 3D simulations.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to welcome for the first time in Qatar Mr. Nischal Narayanam, the founder of Nischal Smart Learning Solutions. How are you doing, Nischal?
Hi Anu, I'm doing great. It's
Great
a pleasure to be
have
here
you.
today.
We are very happy to have you with us.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Let's start that, because since your childhood, you have been given so many tags, so many different various positions, so many records. So, who is Nischal Narayanam beyond this publicity, beyond these accolades, beyond these tags?
So, at the core, Nischal is just a curious learner, a thinker, and of course an achiever. But I find joy in trying to find solutions to problems that matter. And that's what makes life meaningful, I believe. And I believe that the true essence of success is all about leveraging your resources to impact humanity in a positive way. And if you can empower especially children, I think that's the most gratifying thing ever.
That's so very thoughtful. But Nischal, the way you said all these things, it sounds so easy, so simple, but the fact is it is not.
Yeah.
I really want to know how your family, how they discovered about this unusual talent, about your potential, how it all started.
Yeah.
How old were you at that time?
It's been a very crazy journey, to put it in that way, but in formal way. I was about 9 years old when my mom discovered my skills in math and my passion towards mathematics and my inclination towards numbers. I was just at home one day, just playing around, and my dad is a businessman, so he just returned from office. And out of my curiosity, I was spending some time with him, and he was going through his account statements back then, and I identified one calculation mistake
At the age of 9 years, you must be kidding,
in
Nischal,
that
please.
statement.
I mean, at that time, kids don't even know, like, you know, other than games, what else they have to do.
So that was, of course, I mean, my both the parents were quite sure that I was just kind of making up something. But the next day, when my dad was back in office, he did realize that there was indeed a mistake in the statement, and that's when my mom realized that I was pretty good in math, and at the same time, I was very passionate about the subject to learn more than what is being taught in the school. I was always very curious to learn math beyond the conventional aspects what are being taught in the school.
Right.
And that's when my mom did a lot of research and got me trained under more than 42 gurus, 42 teachers from around the world.
42 teachers around the world.
Yes.
Before we move ahead, I really want to know your mom. Was she a mathematician, or like, you know, what kind of atmosphere was there? Because this is something very difficult to believe, you know. I mean, I'm running short of words.
True. I definitely am blessed with an amazing mom who's very supportive and encouraging.
That's so
At
sweet.
the same time, of course, she's not from a mathematics background, but she happens to be a Sanskrit scholar.
Wow.
She has done her master's and doctorate, a PhD in Sanskrit literature. And I've been, again, very blessed to be mentored by the right teachers at the right age. And I went on to get trained in the various global methodologies of mathematics, like our Indian Vedic mathematics, even Russian, German, Scottish, Arabic, Chinese, all the global methodologies of mathematics. So when I say the global methodologies of mathematics, you'll be quite surprised, like what is Indian math, what is Chinese math, or what is Scottish math. It's the same, right? 2 plus 2 is just 4, whether it's in Scotland or India or... so obviously the solution is the same, but the process and the methodologies of solving the problems is quite different.
You mean the way how you solve the equations and the problems?
Exactly. So our Indian Vedic math, that set of techniques and the process is quite different from German Trachtenberg system towards a Scottish, something called Napier bone system, to our Chinese abacus, or to Japanese, to even the Middle Eastern techniques. So while I was learning the conventional math in school, like what is being taught to everyone in general, at the same time getting exposure to these global methodologies was like throwing a frog out of a well into an ocean, to get so much exposure and knowledge from the right teachers. And that's when I realized that math is so vast and so beautiful, and there's so much more to learn, and what we know is like not even 0.1%.
You know what you're saying, when especially you said the word math is so beautiful, in my mind going those equations, and I was actually trying to recall my childhood. Nischal, this is not usual at all, right? I mean, at the age of 9, and hats off to your parents. I want to know, because I'm sure after this podcast we will be having a lot of queries. I would be like, you know, getting messages. Which school was he in? What he was eating? How he was managing? Which school you were studying in?
No.
Was it a normal school?
Yes.
Where we
course.
all are, we have gone, or all the kids are going. What was your curriculum? We have just 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
How come you were like, after your regular school, there are homeworks, there are assignments,
true,
right?
True. Exams
and I can, if may I can touch you.
No,
you are a human.
No, it's to be honest, I've obviously like had a very normal like upbringing and like brought up in childhood. So obviously I've been to the regular school like every kid goes to. So I've started from Gitanjali School in Hyderabad. So where I'm born and brought up in, and that's an ICSE school.
Right.
So I've done, and later on they launched even the Cambridge board. So till my 7th grade I was in ICSE. And then from my 8th grade I shifted to the Cambridge British board.
But you're never scared of the numbers? How this love towards numbers? Because still most of the parents want them actually, but the kids, they struggle.
True. Yeah.
I mean, if somebody out of 10 students, if somebody saying maths is my favorite subject, so everybody will give them.
True. Yes.
Like, okay.
Yes.
How you discovered, or how your attraction towards number, how this infatuation started actually?
So, first thing I was quite happy about math is that's the only subject you get 100 on 100.
Okay. Fair
Because
enough.
in social studies or in languages, it's very difficult to score
Right.
full marks.
Right.
However best your answers are, there's
At least
always a
half mark
scope
will be deducted. True.
deduct
True.
some marks somewhere. So math is where you have a definitive solution, a very concrete solution without any ambiguity, without any two ways of interpretation, and I think it gives a lot of clarity. First of all,
Right.
so I found I think maybe peace in that clarity and in that logical conclusion towards any problem. So I think that a sense of math being an art as well as a science is something which maybe has drawn me towards the subject.
Right.
Because you can't just say math is a science, it's absolutely an art as well.
True.
And there's math in everything what we do. So every profession, every career path, every subject has math involved in it. So I think it's like an underlying current which kind of sets a platform for any subject and any field to excel in. So that's what maybe inspired me. Yeah.
That's very well said, actually. And you know what you've just said, it actually means a lot, because unfortunately we don't realize the importance, because I think mathematics gives you the power of decision making.
Yes.
You know, life is all about calculations, permutations, combinations. But unfortunately, I don't know where is the flaw, either in the system or the way we are growing up. We have never been told these things.
True.
But tell me one thing, if I'm correct, at the age of 13, you were a double Guinness World Record holder, a double, not even a single record, right? Recipient of a national award by the President of India. Okay. At 18, you completed double post-graduation. Not once, double post-graduation, again in maths. And by the 19, you were the youngest CA of India.
Yeah.
Kya jaldi thi itni? Why were you in a hurry? Seriously. No, but on a serious note, what motivated you to do so, and how you even thought of it that, you know, at the age of 13, I can have not even one, two Guinness records, getting awarded by the President of India, right? It's the biggest honor. And then you did not stop here, you move ahead for your post-graduation, for your CA. What was the motivation behind it?
No, again, to be honest, been really blessed with a lot of support from family and my teachers, and that's what I think helped me become what I've become. So before even talking about the Guinness records at the age of 13, to kind of go back a few years, so I after getting trained in the global methodology of mathematics at the age of 9, I went on to perform a very rare feat in math called Ganita Avadhanam. So Ganit is math, as
Ganit
you know,
is math,
and
yes.
Avadhanam is a Sanskrit word, which basically means a test for human concentration. So usually Avadhanam is like a feat where you have multiple answer seekers, like people question you, and there's a performer in the middle.
Right. And you have to stay focused and
answer every question like mentally and simultaneously, without any help of a pen or a paper or
and this was an
calculator. Yes. So usually it's performed in the field of literature or poetry. It's called Sahitya Avadhanam. Sahitya is literature.
Yes, right.
So the same kind of format I performed in math. So that's called Ganita Avadhanam.
And was this format specially created for you, or this was available but on a scholar level?
Yeah, this is, I mean, to be honest, this is very popular in literature and poetry and spontaneous poetry kind of competitions.
Right.
But first of its kind in math for Ganita Avadhanam. So, and back in 2005, when I was about 9 years old, I went on to perform this feat with 108 people around me, posing different questions of math, and then I trying to answer them and solve them and kind of give my answers simultaneously. And back then our Andhra Pradesh state governor, Shri Sushil Kumar Shindeji, was like the chief guest, and then I gave my debut show. And I went on to even author many books on school math by age of 10 in 2006.
Nischal, seriously? You know, my heartbeat is skipping.
No.
But how, I mean, again and again, I'm going back to the same question, how this is possible.
So
It's like, you know, somebody going to a normal school, studying normal things, books, and from there, not just giving these tests, which are very unique and of high intensity.
Yes,
He
yes.
started writing books as well.
So I wanted to share the knowledge what I've got from my teachers, from all the 42 teachers. I wanted to share that knowledge with my fellow friends and students.
Right.
That's what inspired me to kind of blend all these methodologies and compile all the information what I've learned and author a volume of 7 books.
Wow.
And publish them and launch them in 2006.
Okay.
When I was 10 years old, I became like one of the youngest authors. And at the same time, I was when I was in my 5th grade, I was in my math class in school, and a very interesting incident happened in my classroom that day. So my math teacher was trying to teach us the concepts of mensuration. That's 3-dimensional geometry. So usually till grade 3, grade 4, it's only basic arithmetic which is being taught to the kids.
Very true, yeah.
But after basic arithmetic and basic concepts, from grade 5, 6 onwards, like the more complex topics start coming in.
Yes, they start. From grade 6 onwards, yes.
True.
The mathematics changes.
Changes. And you get introduced to like geometry and solid geometry, like even algebra to trigonometry, different types of concepts.
I mean, we all have struggled with, Pythagoras theorem, sine theta, cos theta, whatnot, a square, b square. There were so many equations,
Yes. So that transition period between your primary school and your middle school is extremely important for the child, because the moment you're not learning in the right way those complex topics, when they're being introduced for the first time, they're not being taught in the right way. That's when I think like unconsciously phobia starts building up, like subconsciously it starts building up, and then kind of it just keep getting bigger and bigger.
True.
So when I was in my grade 5 and when I was in my math class, for the first time we were being taught the concept of solid geometry by drawing all these 3-dimensional shapes, like cubes and cuboids and spheres on a blackboard. So
because that is a traditional way of teaching.
Yes. So obviously drawing a square is easy on a board, not a cube. Drawing a circle is easy, not a sphere.
Exactly.
So how do you represent a 3-dimensional figure on a 2D shaped blackboard?
Right.
And trying to imagine what is height, what is volume, how is different from area. So obviously it's very difficult from a 10-year-old perspective to visualize and imagine the things in your mind.
True.
So I came back home and I told my mom that I was just observing my fellow friends struggling to like kind of learn and understand these concepts. So are there any tools for math? Are there any like models for math and equipment? Like I was curious. So my mom took me around the entire city in Hyderabad, and we realized that except a geometry box, there was nothing else for math back then.
So that's the only tool, and we still have the same tool, right?
So I was quite surprised that when we have like laboratories in school for sciences, when you do experiments and learn in a practical way, why are we learning math in a very theoretical way, just by chalk and talk approach?
It's actually, we need to think about it, a subject which is totally practical. And how we are studying is on a theory basis. Exactly.
Why is it being taught in a very theoretical, abstract manner, in a chalk and talk approach, when the same concepts could be taught in a very hands-on way, in a very activity-based learning kind of a approach, and more of experimental learning. That's when I got the idea to design first of its kind math lab. And
at the age of 10.
At the age of 10, that yes, whatever concept is being taught in the school, I used to come back home, like sit with my mom, sit with a carpenter, try to design some models.
Seriously?
Yeah. And then just come up with some equipment.
So how you were able to imagine all these things? Like, if I want to draw a square. But, at such young age, imagining that, how it can be designed in a 2D, 3D, and how I'll be able to further teach it to my different classmates or, other fellow friends. How you were able to imagine all that?
That was definitely like a very, very interesting journey to come back and design models and tools which redefine the way math is taught.
Absolutely.
So basically, my ideology was any formula or any theorem which you learn in school, in the class, is just by like trying to like by heart or just rote learn, right? I just wanted to go one step behind it, and understand the derivation of the formula. How did the the formula be derived? And out of that logic, I used to build these models with simple tools, very simple tools.
Like
where-
what kind of tools?
Like in fact, like one of the tools in the MATLAB I designed, it's called multi-link cubes. It's just like a toy. It's like a
Okay.
Lego kind of a toy
Okay.
with interlocking cubes.
Right.
But just imagine with that one tool, you can learn 120 formulas, the derivation of 120 formulas. And the moment you do the formula derivation by yourself on that tool, you would never forget the formula. You'll understand the logic behind it. So it's like the tactile approach.
I want to interrupt here. Tell me, it's a very common practice.
Yes.
I mean, in all of our houses, whenever a child is doing something, parent will come, they will observe. And sometimes, okay, if this is something different, then, they might take interest, or otherwise the most common reaction is, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Leave it. Go back to your traditional studies.
Yeah.
Have you ever received this kind of feedback from your parents, or
No,
always they were like,
they were the ones who were more proactive to explore more beyond the
Wow.
conventional things. So just to kind of give you some light, like you say you want to learn a plus b whole square formula, for
exactly.
example.
Yes.
So we actually make a square
Huh.
with the interlocking cubes, and say a value is say 2, for example, or b value is 3. You actually make 2 plus 3 as a line, and then make a square out of it. Like that's 5 into 5, 25.
Uh-huh.
And then you break down the square.
Right.
You realize that it's a square plus b square plus 2ab. So it comes back into that formation only.
Oh.
So you take any value of a, any value of b. At the end of the day, when you break down that square,
So it will come
it'll
back
come
to
back into the same formation of a square plus b square plus 2ab. So the moment you do that activity once, you'll never forget. Like even
So you're always focused towards, doing things practical.
practically, yes,
Right.
yes.
But tell me, how intense those years were? Like, let's talk about your journey between 8 to 18.
Yes,
right?
yes,
Because
yes.
that
That-
was
that
the
one decade of,
exactly. This one decade,
most
it actually
happening
changed the
things.
entire direction of your life.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
How intense those years were?
Absolutely. So from basically, yeah, right, like that one decade of 2005 to 2015, that 10 years has really changed my life. And so yeah, obviously like quite intense, quite hectic, but at the same time I was enjoying my journey, that's for
Okay.
sure. And I went on to obviously once design the MATLAB and launch it, appreciating my research and my contribution to the subject. The then President of India, Shri Abdul Kalam ji, has honored me with the National Child Award, which is the highest honor conferred by the President to only one child annually in our
Wow.
country. And I was really blessed to be the recipient of that award. And at the same time, after kind of doing this work in math, when I was about 11 years old, in 2006, I went on to get exposed to this, again, very beautiful field of photographic memory.
Okay.
So, memory power, as everyone like normally believes in, or they have a preconception, kind of a preconceived notion and a misconception that it is like you have a good memory or bad memory power normally by
Right.
birth and
Yes,
natural ability,
yes,
right?
Yes.
It's actually not good or bad memory,
Okay.
but it's actually trained or untrained memory, what I
Hang
believe
on.
in.
So
Yeah.
are you trying to say that if given the proper training
Yes,
or the tricks
Yeah.
or the right direction,
yes,
any child
yeah,
can develop that?
absolutely. Memory.
How you did it? I'll take all the secrets today,
No,
don't
no,
worry.
no. I'm more than happy to share what I know, and obviously, even if this makes any validation to any student and parent, I'll be more than happy. And so, memory power is basically a mind sport. Just like how you have physical sports like
Right.
cricket or badminton or any other physical sport,
Right.
we also have mind sports like chess, for example. It's a mind sport.
True. Yes. Puzzles.
Yes, puzzles.
Sudoku
and,
thing, yeah.
True. And also in the same way, solving the Rubik's Cube, it's actually a set of techniques, and cubing is quite big in rest of the world as a mind sport. So in the same way, even memory power is actually a mind sport. And there are these scientific techniques around photographic memory.
Okay.
And once you kind of get trained and once you practice those techniques, you can improve your skill,
Okay.
and you can really sharpen your focus and concentration.
Like, give us some examples, some trick. How?
So basically, it's scientifically proven
Okay.
that our human mind understands only the language of pictures.
Okay. Well, yes.
So whatever I say, like for example, just a random statement like say any film name, like say Bahubali, right?
Okay, right.
So you immediately get a visual in your mind, like of say the film actors or some scene from the film, right?
And you're able to relate to them.
Yes. And even say, for example, when I say like Indians fought hard for the or they did a protest against the Britishers for independence. And you get a visual in your mind that millions of people are walking towards or marching in a protest or whatever, right? So the thing is, our mind subconsciously converts any information into pictures and remembers as pictures, as visuals. So these scientific techniques are kind of tools which help you convert any information into pictures, and then store those pictures in a systematic sequence in your mind.
Agree. But I want to know your secret. How do you memorize them? Is it like, if you see any number or if you see anything, you have a photographic memory, you see it once and it is locked in your brain?
That eventually happens, yes. Like once you kind of master the skill, whatever you see, like you kind of click a snapshot of that and then you remember as it is. Like memorizing numbers, memorizing objects, packs of cards, anything.
Can you give me like any one or two examples, like, since when you came to the studio over here, like, just for a quick check. I mean, you're at Life Unfiltered with Anu, so we have to be like that. Any couple of things which you notice, like, unknowingly, knowingly, because honestly, I have not shared anything with him. It's a show. I mean, I'm meeting him for the first time. It's a show which we are recording now. I have my teammates here in the studio as witness. So any couple of things, any one or two objects or anything.
So I think as soon as obviously like I came in, this is I've noticed the beautiful interiors of the chronological timeline of the entire from invention of radio to the streaming. Right. So that's something which is very, very interesting from 1892 to 2017.
That's absolutely correct. Because, when we were, before starting the recording, we were sitting in our conference room and that's what is there.
Yeah. So invention by Tesla to macaroni to US government reversing the patent awarded to Tesla and awarding to macaroni, and then...
I'm getting goosebumps.
And then obviously like how the radio signals were transatlantic. From small ranges, and then of course the whole journey, and then how the first streaming platform was there, and then how the stations grew up, and I believe 2017 was when you established the radio station, right?
Oh my God!
And launching in 6 countries.
I just mentioned it during our conversation once. Oh my God! I can't believe it.
And I met your programming head, Mr. Samir, and then
amazing guys.
And just hang on.
Now I need to ask Nischal, because whatever you're mentioning here, it's actually it's a live test, and it is not at all. It was not planned. What we are doing here is doing live. But tell me one thing: because of this unusual skill, blessing, talent, whatever you want to call it, your friends were not jealous of it? I mean, I'm sure it's like, when we are there with our friends, and if anybody's okay, by chance it's okay. If you score 1 mark more, fine. But every time somebody's like, teacher's pet, mama's pet, neighbor's pet, state's pet, ministers, everybody's loving that person. So your friends, they were not all jealous?
No.
You had a normal childhood,
they were, I mean, to be honest, they were like, again, very unfiltered with me always. And they were my genuine buddies and my school friends, even till date, like they're my best friends, and we've always had a great bond, and they've all excelled in their own professions. So there's nothing that sort of
that's sweet, actually.
But okay, very encouraging, very supportive always. Yes.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
But coming back to today's scenario, right? Unfortunately, most of us, whether we talk about kids or we talk about ourselves as adults as well, most of us, we are distracted, not focused, not disciplined. So as a mathematician, or like you have set example in science as well. Now you're working towards languages also, right? Multiple things you're doing.
Yes.
What do you think? What is more required? Training, discipline, both? Or it is something else which, if that particular, I don't know what word to give, quality, yes, trait or quality, if that is given or that is introduced to the kids, right, the direction can be changed, like forever.
No, I think first of all, I obviously like what I've learned from my journey. I can definitely be confident that a lot of kids can even relate to that, because what I've achieved, like the major milestones, was during my teenage and like my early years. So obviously, like kids can definitely relate to that. So when I went on to obviously like get trained in this photographic memory, and then went on to achieve both the Guinness World Records by 11 and 13, and also I went on to win the World Championship in memory. Becoming the first Indian to win the World Championship in memory, where I became the first Indian to win the title, and they tested memory power in different categories, like memorizing numbers, objects, even binary numbers, just like zeros and ones, and even like names and faces, historical dates, packs of cards. In different categories, they test your memory powers, like a 3-day event. And then they, obviously, the top memorizers from around the world, they come in and they showcase their skills.
And how old were you at that time?
I was 12. So I became the first Indian to win the World Championship in memory. And then back then, even the National Geographic Channel, they made a documentary on me called My Brilliant Brain. So from across the world, they selected 7 different child prodigies, and I was one among them.
That's so nice.
So after this, what I realized was, during my this journey of intense practice and intense preparation for the World Championship and achieving the Guinness World Record, breaking a world record is absolutely I think it requires the highest level of dedication and commitment. And what I realized is, more than hard work and obviously focus, you require a lot of patience. So what I realized is, if you have that determination and that willpower and patience to put in that effort and put in that consistent effort, that's when you can definitely see results. Because consistency is the key to success. That's what I always believe in. Yeah,
that's a very big message, actually. But tell me, are you in love with number 2 especially? Because everything is like, double post-graduation, 2 Guinness records, doing more than one thing at a time. So is there anything, numerology or something like, you have a special...
As you tell me this, when I'm thinking, is there any...
By the way, I'm number 2.
Even I'm the second child. I have an elder sibling.
So number 2 has got special connection with you.
True.
But tell me one thing, because we were talking about your memory. So has it ever happened that the super brain, the super amazing memory of yours, has it like backfired you sometimes? Like, sometimes there are certain things you don't want to remember or recall, right? As a fear, phobia, nightmare, whatever. And because you were unable to unlearn those, something like this?
No, I remember what I choose to remember. So obviously, like, it's not like everything what happens, I pay the same focus or attention. Obviously, like when I choose to remember something, that's when I kind of turn on that extra focus mode, and then...
So does it mean that, you said, I choose to remember, does it mean that even this power lies within the human brain?
Absolutely.
That you will always remember whatever things you want to remember?
Absolutely. That's for sure. Like, the moment you're obviously, like, you realize that that focus and the concentration, what you have, can be channelized and can put in the right direction. It's very much within your kind of discretion when you want to apply it. So that's something which is definitely there. At the same time, interesting, the question what you asked me earlier was one of the key takeaways in my learning journey. So when I was selected to receive the Rashtrapati Puraskar, the President's Award, and when I went to Rashtrapati Bhavan to receive the honor, very interesting incident. So Abdul Kalam ji, our former president, he just came near me, and as soon as he met me, the first question he asked me was, Nischal, how many times did you revolve around the sun? So my mother was just staring at him. What is he asking? I said 11 times. So indirectly he was asking my age. So we are on Earth. We revolve around the sun once in a year, right? So instead of asking how old are you directly, he asked me in an indirect way.
See, again, it proves such a genius he was, and hats off to you that, because sometimes, when you're in this situation, you're already overwhelmed,
correct,
anxious, and you're unable to focus.
So that's when I realized that the meaning and the purpose of knowledge, acquiring knowledge and education is really achieved when you can correlate
Hmm.
theoretical knowledge
Hmm.
to the real life scenarios when you know how to apply that knowledge.
Absolutely.
Right? So even that's what I learned from my conversation with the president.
Uh-huh.
He was very gracious enough to spend more than an hour back then, although he was very tied up. So he again like kind of gave a very important message that the knowledge acquired within the four walls of the classroom, if you don't know how to apply it outside in the real world, then what is the purpose of what you're learning?
Because that is what is required.
Yeah. So I think the moment you teach the kids the purpose of why you should learn something and how is it relevant to your real life scenario, that entire engagement, that interest, that focus, that importance, everything is definitely much higher.
True.
And the moment you realize that you're not just learning this for the sake of your exam, and this is gonna be helpful for the rest of your life.
Right.
That's when it's going to be very, very interesting process where the children would seek knowledge instead of just learning as a one-way.
Just mugging up and throwing it up in the examination.
So you should kind of encourage children to become seekers of knowledge rather than just learners.
Right, I totally agree. But Nischal, before I move on to my next question, which is related to your journey of Nischal Smart Learning Solutions, 2 minutes back, what we were talking about is that somehow it is very much in our capacity that we will learn whatever we want to learn and we will remember it.
Yes.
Now, it's a very common scenario in an examination hall or normal ghar par when parents are there, and most of the times the child is struggling, right? And sometimes you get frustrated and you go back to your parents or teachers, I'm trying hard, mama, ma'am, I'm trying hard, but nahi ho raha hai. So here, do you suggest any sort of tip or some smart solution that what is required or how kids, if God forbid, not God forbid, actually this is very common to us. I mean, especially when you're about to appear in front of an examination or examiner out of anxiety and nervousness, right? So do you have any solution or any smart tip which kids or even elders, no matter, can always remember whenever they are facing this situation?
Situation in terms of like stressful situation?
Stressful situation, exactly.
No, I think a little bit of nervousness is always good in limited quantity, so that it keeps you on your toes. Definitely you don't take things for granted, so a bit of nervousness is always good, but at the same time,
but how to regain your confidence?
Yeah, exactly. So at the same time, I always believe that obviously being very cool and calm and having that very, very tranquil state of mind,
very composed
state of mind, is very important to think clearly. Otherwise, you will not be able to deliver as expected. And even in exams, obviously, always is a rush of time management.
Because we are chasing numbers.
Yes,
we are in a number race.
You have say a 2-hour exam or 3-hour exam, and you have to complete your entire paper within that timeline, and you have so much to kind of put in. So obviously, it's got a very, very clear state of mind to without any distractions and controlling that thoughts in your mind, so that you be very, very focused and be very clear that in a systematic sequence, how do you plan, and time management is very, very crucial, so that you are at least kind of satisfied with your own performance.
Right.
Otherwise, if you are anxious and become very nervous and you kind of fumble and flip, so the moment that the bell rings after the exam, you'll have the biggest regret of your life.
Exactly.
So I think it's always better to kind of regain that composure and
give a minute to yourself.
And just drink some water and just kind of think clearly. That's it. That's the only thing. That's the best what you can do.
Right. True.
Even to recall what you have learned.
Exactly.
Yes.
But as we discussed, the whole objective of doing this podcast is to aware parents more than kids, because I think somehow being a parent is a very big responsibility, and you have to take this onus to decide the direction. By available various methods, tools, tasks. We all try to do that. Putting them in the best possible school, sending them to various tuition classes or extra classes or whatever. Now, to all the parents other than kids who are watching this podcast, I really want to share. I want you to ask how you thought of
Yeah.
and how you started the journey of Nischal's Smart Learning Solutions.
Right.
Like, what was the aim or objective
Yeah.
behind it?
When I went on to pursue my formal education as well, after achieving both my Guinness World Records and the World Championship memory. So I was in my 7th grade.
Okay.
And first of all, that's when I realized the value of time.
Okay.
So time is everything.
Right.
That's one thing which you can never get it back, right? So after my 7th grade, I shifted to the Cambridge board, to the British curriculum.
Okay.
And they had this flexibility of choosing the subjects what the child is interested in.
Right. So but this step was intentional or any specific reason
No, it was
why
very
you
much
switched
an
on?
intentional decision because
of the flexibility.
Of choosing
Right.
subjects what I was interested to study in, and at the same time even they had the flexibility of giving your board exams even at a much younger age and much faster.
Okay.
So I went on to complete my grades 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th grades in just 1 year.
All 5 classes.
All 5 classes. So
you're making me now.
No. No, again, this is again a very conscious decision because I realized the value of time.
Kabhi dar nahi laga. Were you never scared of anything? Whether you were in front of thousands of people or you were giving all these 5 classes examinations together or like playing with
No,
numbers.
of course I was nervous and I was obviously quite scared because I was kind of taking up a very challenging task and kind of climbing up a huge mountain. I felt like, obviously, because you're doing 5 grades in just 1 academic year. But yeah, I think just you have to put your focus and efforts and you'll definitely achieve what you want to achieve.
Right.
So obviously, like as most of you might know now, so British curriculum, the Cambridge board has board once in every 6 months. They have the boards. So in the first 6 months, I gave my 8th, 9th, 10th, and the next 6 months I gave my 11th and 12th board exams.
Perfect. In 1 year, all 6 classes finished. Wow.
And then I also went on to start my my undergraduate and masters.
Right. Yeah, masters. Yes.
So I did my undergrad by 16 and my masters in mathematics by 18, masters in commerce also by 18.
Right.
And also I went on to become India's youngest chartered accountant by 19.
Yes.
So that's again a very challenging process. So obviously, like you're doing your undergrad, masters, and then you're pursuing your CA.
True.
And also you need to do your articleship when you do your CA.
Exactly.
You have to work in an audit firm. So I was working in Deloitte back then.
Okay.
My 3 years of the articleship, the internship basically.
Right.
So you're once you're working as a professional in an organization, at the same time managing your studies in the morning and evening hours. Very, very intense. So like from 5 a.m. in the morning, my day used to begin. From 6 to 9, I had my classes in the morning, my CA coaching classes. And then 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I had my office.
Right.
And again, evening 7 to 10, I had my classes. So really, it was like 18 hours a day was kind of pretty much
Before we move ahead, Nischal, I want your unfiltered confession. What milk you drink, what ghee your mom puts in your, chapati, rice and all, what atta I want to know all the secrets because this is crazy, man. And tell me something, when you were doing all these things, so your seniors in the office, right?
I was the youngest employee, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was at the 15 I started working.
And, most of the times you don't take them seriously, no?
Yeah, true.
It's like, there were so many feelings, like, envy, jealousy, pride, pleasure. Mix of emotions. How come you were coping up with all those things? Numbers don't teach you all that.
True. But I mean, honestly, like, of course, like life teaches you that, and time teaches you everything what you need to know. But at the same time, I was very lucky enough to have a very supportive, positive environment even at my workplace. Although I was a kid, obviously, like 14, 15-year-old. Youngest employee in Deloitte globally.
I know.
Doing my articleship, I was really given a lot of support and encouragement. And
So
even the
that's
global
how-
CEO of Deloitte back then,
Mhm.
he went on to felicitate me and honor
Wow.
me and like recognize the talent, and very, very encouraging support.
So,
yeah.
like, because you were living this journey and you were setting examples everywhere. So, was this the motivation behind you thought that I have to start something of my own where I can
Yeah.
reform and empower
Yes,
many other
yes.
young brains?
No, so yes, absolutely. So coming back to my point earlier, when I was saying that I realized the value of time.
Uh-huh.
So once you kind of truly realize that yes, time is very, very significant. Obviously, you want to start doing everything quickly, right?
Right.
And you want to take every day more seriously.
Right.
And back when I was just about 14 years old, when I was once pursuing my formal education of undergrad and masters and CA and everything, at the same time, parallelly, I wanted to establish a company, a formal organization where we could continue my academic research
Okay.
and continue to design and develop innovative educational products.
So, this clarity was there.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So because I was very, very clear that when I launched the math lab and I saw the impact it had on kids, I saw the impact it had on teachers as well, which simplified the way of teaching math, simplified the process of learning math, and when I saw the impact it had on like lakhs of kids,
Wow.
I realized that there was so much scope and there was so much potential we could achieve in education industry.
Wonderful.
And if we can kind of channelize our energy in that direction, we can really redefine the conventional teaching and learning practices. We can transform the whole education system. So that was like the kind of really inspiring moment when I saw the impact on what it had on the kids and the students, the teachers.
Right.
So when I achieved both the Guinness records and all these achievements, right, I was invited a lot of schools around the world.
Okay.
So I started visiting a lot of schools around the world. I just start giving motivational lectures or talks to kids.
Right.
So in that process of visiting almost like 40 countries and hundreds of schools, I could closely understand and I could take an in-depth insight into the education system.
Okay.
The functioning of the education system in general.
Right.
Globally.
So you got that where the flaws are.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So when I traveled around the world, I met with so many teachers, students, visited so many schools. That really gave me a very, very deep insight into the functioning of the education system, and I understood the gaps, the areas where things could really become better,
Right.
and how we can simplify the learning journey.
Right. In fact, at this very point, I really want to ask that what are the gaps according to you in the education system? Like, you know, or I would say, what is the biggest gap that we really need to bridge?
So, first of all, the biggest observation of my experience of visiting different schools was globally, even today, we still have a very, very abstract, theoretical way of learning.
Okay.
And that's what I really wanted to change.
Okay.
And the philosophy and the ideology of our organization, Nischal Smart Learning Solutions, is to completely transform the educational system and the teaching and learning practices,
right,
and encourage more of kinesthetic learning.
Okay, so straight away, please complete.
So after doing a lot of research with several child psychologists and academicians, we realized that kids understand only 30 to 40% by hearing,
right,
70 to 80% by seeing,
yes,
but 100% by doing.
You mean the practical implementation?
So the auditory and the visual learning is only partially effective.
Okay.
But kinesthetic learning, which is learning by doing, learning through hands-on experiential learning, the activity-based, and that's something which is very, very effective. And we wanted to transform the whole education system from this auditory and visual to kinesthetic. That's
Right.
been the founding philosophy and the ideology of the organization.
Right. So straight away, I want to ask, what is that which is there, I would say, special or unique in Nischal Smart Learning Solution
Right.
and is missing in our education system? How are you bridging this gap?
So again, I think first and foremost, the fundamental thing is most of our schools, even in India, even around the world, lack a very comprehensive, efficient lab infrastructure.
Okay.
And
But labs are so extensive, Nischal.
exactly, I was about to say that. So the moment you say lab infrastructure, think what comes into your mind is like a big room.
Yeah,
Maybe
very
chemistry lab with
elaborated.
maybe like the beakers and test tubes,
So
right?
many equipments and things, and it's a big financial investment also.
And all the conventional infrastructure, what comes into your mind, right?
Right.
No. So what I meant to say is that when the lab infrastructure,
Okay.
I would want to see every classroom become a dynamic lab.
Every classroom.
Every classroom. So that was the philosophy of the organization. So that was the biggest gap we wanted to bridge. So the years of research went into developing our educational products, and our flagship product is something called as a portable lab.
Okay.
And the philosophy is that in the school, instead of taking a child to the laboratory,
Right.
the lab comes on wheels to the classroom.
Wow.
So that every day, every concept is taught in a lab atmosphere in a
Right.
very dynamic way with experiments and activities in the classroom itself. And just imagine you're learning with activities and experiments in a practical way in the
Right.
classroom every day. That's something which is so engaging, interactive, and higher engagement between the teachers and the students, higher happiness index,
Right.
and most importantly, what I saw the impact is that it's much faster to learn. We could complete the whole year-long curriculum in just about 3 to 3.5 months. That was something which is when we implemented the first few schools in the beginning of our journey. When we saw the impact, I was so amazed that the year-long curriculum was just done in about 3 months. And then you had scope to revise 2 more times and reinforce what you have learned.
Honestly, when initially...
That is the power of kinesthetic learning.
Exactly. Initially, when I got to know about Nischal Smart Learning products and all these, labs and all that, I was hesitant to believe how this is possible because, as we discussed, it's all very intensive and all. But after that, I researched on it. I looked at all the schools, like, so many thousands of schools in India and globally, where these labs are there, these smart tools are there. And actually, not just kids, not just teachers, even parents, they are taking huge benefit out of it. So this is something, I would call it a revolution.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
No, I mean, but in a very simpler way, I really want to ask you, how mathematics, right? Because I totally accept that it's a phobia, right? And for most of the kids, it's a phobia. So how learning mathematics can be fun, not phobia, with your smart tools?
So I think first of all, it's all about realizing the purpose of why you're learning it.
Right.
So just imagine, so you're learning trigonometry, for example, by drawing a right angle triangle on a blackboard or a whiteboard and just learning what is sine, cos, tan, theta formulae in a theoretical way, versus learning the same concept in a practical way where is trigonometry applied in real life. For example, like, so you want to measure height of Mount Everest, we use trigonometry.
How?
So, so do you think that the height of Mount Everest was measured by someone going with a tape and measuring it? No, right? So,
no,
so the thing is, it's by using a simple trigonometric formulae, by using the same sine, cos, tan, theta formulae, and understanding the application of it for measurement of heights of different objects. In the same way, it is used in construction field. You see so many beautiful bridges around you.
Right.
Or every building, every bridge, every construction activity would require trigonometric knowledge. And for example, you learn coordinate geometry, like on a graph paper, you learn x-axis, y-axis, all these things.
Right.
How many of you know that, like, the same concepts are used in our navigation, like Google Maps? Like, have you ever wondered why how do Google Maps work, or
Right.
how are we able to send satellites into space with such precision and accuracy? It's all about coordinate geometry.
Right.
Or in the same way, for example, we learn logarithm tables.
Right.
Everywhere, like starting from your sound decibel measurement,
Mm-hmm.
right, in your radio station,
Exactly.
to an earthquake Richter scale measurement. Everywhere log tables are used. And in the same way, for example, you learn calculus, which a lot of kids are little scared of.
Yes.
Differentiation, integration, all these things.
Yes.
It's used everywhere, starting from stock markets to analysis of patterns, and in fact, even in pandemic modeling. So, like for example, when COVID happened,
Yes.
we could predict
Mhm.
that second wave would come, third wave would come, fourth wave would come. How?
Right.
That is completely because of calculus.
So basically, you
So,
know,
everywhere
mathematics is yes.
Everywhere.
Yes.
So the math is everywhere. It's all about
But you
learning,
need to
learning
know.
with that perspective,
Exactly.
with real life application. And
Yes.
one of the interesting books I authored is called Math Dictionary.
Oh.
So how you learn English with the English dictionary, right?
Right.
I designed a math dictionary. I authored it, where every technical terminology, technical nomenclature of math, those keywords
Right.
are explained with pictures of real life objects.
That's interesting.
Like for example, you learn say basic geometry, like types of angles, like
Right.
acute angle, obtuse angle, right?
Right.
So the moment you say acute angle, the definition says it's more than 0 and less than 90 degrees.
Right.
But we give a picture, an illustration that an acute angle means we give a picture of a bird's beak.
Exactly.
It's always acute.
Yes.
So there's an angle
That's a
on
very good
how we
example.
sit. When you open a door, there's an angle. There's everywhere there's math. So it's all about learning with that real
And
life.
I think now the time has come where, you know, we need to perceive things in a more practical way. Right.
And when our journey began with math, obviously, and we saw the impact it had on a lot of millions of kids and schools, that's what inspired us to continue our academic research in our company,
Right.
and develop these portable labs even for sciences,
Right.
like physics, chemistry, biology,
Right.
even for languages,
Yes.
where we could get the lab into the classroom and transform the learning
No,
atmosphere
that's
in the
something
classroom.
commendable. Yes.
And we also went on to design a lot of very, very cool 3D animated content using AR and VR technology.
Right.
So virtual reality and augmented
Yes,
reality.
yes.
Vast library of 3D simulations and interactive animated videos and content, quizzes, puzzles, games on our app. And luckily, technology has evolved so much over the years. We could leverage that into education as well.
Right.
And today, it gives me a great pride and a sense of satisfaction that today in more than 20 Indian states,
Wonderful.
and in more than 10 countries globally,
Wow.
in more than 8,000 schools, we
That's
implemented our
huge.
educational products and impacted more than 1.5 million children. And but of course, there's a lot more to do.
For
And
sure.
it's-
This is just the beginning, like, you know,
yes,
yes. But,
yes.
you know, Nischal, there is a very big number of students who think that because of certain reasons,
Yes.
they are a misfit in
Yes.
the conventional education system or pattern.
Right.
And I think that is why somehow the dropout rate
Yeah.
is, you know, as we go like from primary to middle to high school, even the gap increases.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
What would be your message or your suggestion or your appeal
Right.
to those teenagers and to all the parents who
Right.
are watching this podcast?
Right. No, I think first of all, there's nothing such as a misfit. First of all,
Okay.
it's their own fit.
Oh, wow. Because I think, you know, they either the lack of interest
Yes.
or, you know,
yes.
lack of understanding, there are certain factors
Yes,
which
yes.
trigger, and, you know, they think that, no, this is not their cup of tea.
No, I think first of all, it's important to understand every child's skill set and their talent.
Right.
So obviously, like we've done so much of research in child psychology, especially in designing our products and
Tools.
everything.
Right.
So in that process, I realized that there's so many different types of intelligence. It's all about understanding what category your child fits in,
Lovely.
and obviously having a basic knowledge of all the subjects and having your basic education of your 10th or 12th. That's obviously like important, but at the same time, encouraging in the right direction is also very, very important.
Very, very important.
And understanding in which category your child fits in,
Right.
and encouraging them in the right direction is what is also very, very important.
I agree. I think at the end of the day, we need to understand that, it's not a rat race. It's not a factory where we expect every product to be same and similar. Like, we need to understand that we all are unique in our own ways.
And in fact, even when I say types of intelligence, there's also interpersonal communication intelligence, which you have excelled in.
It's actually a very big compliment.
Because everyone obviously can't speak so flawlessly, seamlessly, and also that there is intra-personal intelligence, like self-reflective, like how you see all these our spiritual leaders and So every form of intelligence is very different, and no two kids are the same, obviously, and it's all about, of course, acquiring the basic knowledge, but at the same time pushing more efforts in the right direction.
And I think we need to understand our child more in a right direction. But Nischal, so far we were talking about, there are many things we can talk about. This conversation can go on. But with this note, now we have entered to the next round of this podcast, which is playing unfiltered shots with Anu.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you have to be breathless. You have to be quick. No gaps, no pauses. Are you ready for that?
Sure.
All right, let's give it a try. Okay. So, what's one unfiltered thing about you people rarely know?
That I...
Well, I know, by the way. Let's see if he accepts or no.
I don't know what you're talking about, but... no, I think first thing is that I had a normal childhood.
Okay.
Where I used to meet my friends very often. And I love watching movies. I at least watch 2 films a week. In theatre.
Seriously?
I never missed on any kind of regular fun activities, what every child kind of experiences.
You're making an unfiltered confession,
right? Yes.
No, but there is one more thing. I got to know that he's a very good singer also.
No.
Oh, come on.
That my wife is.
Yes, I know about her.
In fact, because I lack in singing, I married a good singer.
Again, calculation. Okay, so one word that defines you.
Relentless.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Your biggest inspiration?
Srinivas Ramanujan, who has never been exposed to any formal education, but who's completely self-taught.
Wow.
And of course, many of you know he's had at a very young age he passed away. Yes. But in that short life, he made such an impact, and even till date, people after 100 years, we are still interpreting his works and validating his works, and realizing the significance of his contribution after 100 years. So yeah.
Amazing. A skill you wish you had?
No, whenever I see anyone from any profession, I wish I had that skill.
Come on, name something for others.
I wish I could speak like you. I wish I could make lovely conversations like you. Obviously, like every skill is important, but at the same time, I think one thing I maybe had was better at is maybe sketching to conceptualize my ideas and put on a paper.
Oh, I'm sure you'll try that as well. Okay, books or labs?
Definitely labs. Because labs is where like ideas come alive.
Okay.
So where you can see the process of executing a vision into reality.
That is why Nischal Smart Labs.
Yeah.
Okay. One innovation you wish you had created. Other than what you have created.
No, I think I wish what I had created. Maybe I wish I could go back in time, maybe a few thousand years, and really meet our ancient ancestors who have designed the Vedic math techniques, and really understand like how they could come up with all these things so many thousands of years back.
Exactly, without any gadgets, without any technology.
True.
That's amazing. True. If you could redesign the Indian curriculum today, right? What would be one subject or skill you would add?
Teaching kids how to learn. That itself is a subject. So the moment you teach a child the process of how to learn something, any subject, that is a life skill which will help them in any profession, any career path. So how to learn is the most important skill any child should have.
That's awakening, seriously. And I think as parents, as educators, we should pay attention to this.
So just to give some small insight into this, just to shed some light. So for example, you're learning physics,
Right.
like for example. So conventionally, we kind of read a textbook that we learn the different concepts. But the moment you just flip that, you start questioning the things. You start seeking knowledge. Like say, for example, questioning everything around you. Like say, why are all the planes in white? Why are all the aeroplanes in white color? Why not say some of the dark colors like right? So then you realize that that's actually comes back to 6th class physics principle of how light colors reflect heat, dark colors absorb heat, and metals expand on heating, contract on cooling. That's called thermal expansion. That same is applied where you build a steel bridge. There's a small gap left so that in summers it actually expands and winters it contracts. In the same way, like that is applied in a thermometer, like how mercury lifts up, which is a liquid metal. Metals expand on heating, contract on cooling. So everything is just that thermal expansion concept. In the same way, say, how does a bullet train travel without wheels?
Yes.
Without wheels, like
yes.
that's like maglev, how electricity and magnetism is used in. So everything just start questioning around you, and then realize what is the science behind it. I think then you really enjoy the learning process. That's what is important to teach children, to be seekers of knowledge and learning how to learn.
Not just just mug them up and Okay, maths or memory? What's more fun?
Using memory to remember math formulas.
I was thinking of something like that. Your passions outside of education and maths?
No, I love to travel. I love to have obviously like a balance between my personal and professional life. I love love automobiles.
Okay.
I'm a big automobile geek, and I'm a certified driver as well. I meant a racetrack driver.
Oh.
Yeah. So
many hats. I mean, things are coming out gradually.
just a hobby. Yeah.
No, but related to this is my next question. Your formula to manage stress.
Oh, so
yep. I'm glad you have to think.
Yes, there's no one formula, but I think what I learned is that you feel more stress when you're not acting upon that problem. The moment you start addressing it and you start solving that issue, stress automatically goes off. The more you do and the less you think, stress will come down.
Take things as it comes.
No. What I meant is that more stress comes from not acting upon that issue.
Okay.
So the moment you address that issue or solve that problem, automatically stress would kind of come down.
Right.
And the more you kind of
over attention
leave that issue and you kind of skip it, that keeps bothering more, and it's become more stressful over time.
So whenever you are in stress, you just don't think much about it.
And try to address that issue. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
To more focused approach.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Actually, this is what is expected from you.
If something is causing stress, address that issue and try to bring a solution rather than kind of avoiding it.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. A personality you would like to teach in your lab?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think I want to learn from anyone.
No, come
more
on.
Than teach.
No, but still, it can be anybody from cinema, politics, literature, sports, music. Anybody.
Oh, wow. No, definitely. I think I would want to meet Sachin someday. And there's so much math involved in cricket. So maybe, have a conversation about how math is used in cricket. Yeah.
That's something interesting. Wow. I would love to study in your lab, by the way, if I could go back in time and,
yes.
I mean, revise my formulas. So,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay. Something you're terrible at. Not good at all. Other than Mr. Brain.
No. Maybe I don't know. Like I hate being stuck in traffic. I don't know. Maybe being impatient sometimes, but yeah, I think something which I'm not good at. So many things actually. Like where I
just to name anyone which is on the top of the charts.
I wish my handwriting was better.
Okay.
So actually, there's again a scientific research which directly would state that your handwriting has a direct impact on your psychology.
How?
And just by seeing your handwriting, we can actually read your mind, like what kind of personality you are, like for example, you write a T,
Okay.
like a small letter T,
Right.
and you have a right stroke, only right stroke.
Right.
That means you're short-tempered. Yeah,
Ah.
and you have a full line.
Okay.
Then you're like a little more composed.
Ah.
So by actually changing your handwriting, there's a way to improve your personality traits and your characteristics and qualities.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, you proved the fact that most of the doctors, they have a very pathetic handwriting, but they have such an amazing brain.
Yeah.
Anyways, so how do you view or accept failure?
So I believe failure is feedback. Failure means feedback that to obviously like take corrective action and achieve your goal. And it's not a full stop.
Okay.
It's just feedback to take corrective action and give your attempt. Definitely in a more in a very educated way. So it's all about, I think, just learning from the process and just giving back your 100%.
Have
Yes.
you experienced any of such situations?
No, obviously, nothing comes easy, right? So in the process of our research and development of our products, so obviously it took years of research, so nothing kind of comes easy. So there have been many attempts of reiterating what has been designed and trying to chase that perfection, and obviously failing in that process. But obviously, just as I meant, failure is feedback from the world.
Very well
that
said.
You should improve yourself and give your attempt.
At the end of the day, we are all humans, and we learn with our mistakes.
Yeah.
But now I really want to ask how you stay so grounded among so much of fame, expectations, titles. What is the mantra?
No, I believe that there's, I think, when you realize that there's so much more to do and there's really so much more to achieve, and that, I think, keeps you grounded. And also, I think we should not get kind of carried away with the noise of success.
Okay.
But I think you should enjoy the process and your journey and excelling in your own field.
Right.
And ultimately, as I mentioned earlier, the moment you realize that, I think you'll achieve the true purpose of life when you impact humanity in a positive way, in your own domain, in your own small way. And that's what I think sets things in right perspective. Yes.
So what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
So as a person who was not only an educationist, but as an education reformist.
Wow.
And someone who was a catalyst in redefining how India and the world learns. Yeah.
That conveys a lot.
Yeah.
So what's next venture or project we can expect from Nischal Smart Learning?
We are obviously working on very interesting, cool new products.
Okay.
So obviously, apart from math and science, now we're getting into AI in a big way, and about teaching AI to kids. What I meant.
That's a future.
So very interesting thing, and it's all about logical thinking. So that's something we're building an AI lab.
Okay.
Where kids can learn about AI with the lab.
Looking forward.
That's something
already.
which is our upcoming project and our product, and also we are in the process of building an international school in Hyderabad, back in India.
Lovely.
So that's like one of my like a dream.
Okay.
So yes, hopefully that happens soon. Yeah.
For sure, and hopefully very soon we'll be sitting and discussing more about that.
Thank you.
But in the meanwhile, music, what it means to you?
Oh, music. So obviously, I think it's food for soul.
Okay.
And the most therapeutic experience. And I love music. So obviously, that's something which helps you calm your mind and set things in the right perspective. And yeah, definitely, it's food for soul. Definitely, yeah.
Wonderful. And the last one is complete the sentence. Life Unfiltered with Anu is.
Oh, Life Unfiltered with Anu is, I think, a very beautiful mirror to be kind of self-reflective and also take a look into your own thought processes and your ideas. And definitely, I really enjoyed the conversation, and
Same
looking
here.
forward to speaking to you again in the near future.
For sure. And with this, thank you so much, Nischal. It was a pleasure talking to you, knowing more about you, about the things you do, and how passionate, the kind of energy you brings in. That's
Thank you.
absolutely amazing. God bless you, and thank you so much for joining us on Life Unfiltered with Anu. Wishing you all the luck, all the success for Nischal's smart educational solutions.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, from breaking world records to breaking boundaries in numbers, mathematics, science, and whatnot, I think today's episode is a perfect example that education or brilliance is not just about numbers or chasing something. It's a perfect example of having a purpose in life, where we need to have patience, where we need to have perseverance. I really hope that today's episode motivated you a bit more. And if you really like it, then please do leave your comments and share it with somebody who really needs a bit of push in this life. Very soon, I'll see you again. Till then, take good care of yourself and don't forget to stay unfiltered. Keep watching Life Unfiltered with Anu only on Olive Suno Radio Network. See you soon.